Alright folks, it's Sunday morning. Most of you have seen or heard and live in the area, so you know that the Ottawa Valley has been absolutely pounded by rain in the last week and a half or so, and water levels are at the highest point in as far as anybody can remember, really. And unfortunately, there's thousands and thousands of homes along all the different waterways in the valley that are flooded, and people have been evacuated. And it's still raining here this morning. It's supposed to slow down a bit, but it's just been unbelievable. Everything is so wet. Usually by this time of the year, we're on the fields and doing planting and tillage work and everything else, but there's a few guys last week or a week and a half ago or so before the rain hit that got some stuff in, but it's just been unbelievably wet. And again, like this morning right now, it's only about 3 degrees Celsius, so it's quite cool. And so anyway, I came for a walk up here to one of the creeks at the farm. So this is spanning easily 15 or 20 feet across there, and running under our bridge here quite heavily. And this is higher than it was all spring, so gives you an idea. And then I'll just turn around. You can see the lovely mess of my road. And then this leads off into the big pond at the back. Over in the background there, you can just see the edge of the pond. And this water is just going crazy. So anyway, I'll walk around to the other side of the pond there and show you how high the water is on that side. So we're on the back side of that pond that I was kind of showing you from over at the bridge. And as you can see right down here in the front, there's water right into that, and that's not very common for this pond. And even the amount of water that's out there, it's usually just kind of a boggy mess. But you can see our 2 herons' nests there. They're back and sitting on their nests, so we happy to have them back. It's always good for people to see all this great wildlife. So this is another one of our ponds that I have a tremendous amount of water in right now. This pond is a man-made not hand dug, but machine dug pond. It's about 4.5–5 feet deep, and normally it just kind of helps naturally drain this field. The bottom of that pond is bedrock, so all the water just kind of accumulates in there. Just right up there on the road, there's a culvert underneath that drains the excess water out. Now there's too much for it to handle right now, so it's actually running over top of the road. And I do apologize for this. I'm in the truck because it's so windy out there, you'd never hear me talking. So in this corner of the field where you see the ducks there, that's normally a field, and they're enjoying playing in it right now. But we are excessively wet for this time of year, and unfortunately it's going to take probably 2 weeks of nice weather to dry up enough that we can get on the fields and plant. This field that I'm sitting beside right now was supposed to be all in pumpkins. I'm gonna have to change my pumpkins to something with a shorter growing season, and hopefully still make it. But everybody's wet. Every crop is at least 3 weeks behind, probably, I'd say. You know, especially small grains, they want to be in nice and early and finished before it gets too blistering hot. They don't like that. But you know, it is a field, it's crops, it's, you know, there's still hope and everything else. But unfortunately, like I was saying earlier, there's thousands and thousands of homes along all the river and lake systems in the Ottawa Valley, and they're flooded, and more water levels are going to rise because it hasn't stopped raining, and they're expecting it to go up quite a bit more. One thing to have crops that are going to be delayed and possibly lesser yield and everything, but our thoughts are with all those families along the riverways and stuff, because losing personal possessions is hard to handle. And you know, hopefully everybody got out all right, and that's the main thing. But still, contents can be replaced and everything else, but there's a lot of personal memories that go with that, and you know, that's what hurts the most. And unfortunately, I do understand what they're going through. Back in the summer of 2004, just a couple months before Maddie was born, the house that Amy and I were renting at the time, it burnt. Now luckily, our amazing dog Copper that we had at the time woke us up and we got out in time, but everything was lost. And you know, we were still, you know, young and didn't have a whole lot of stuff, but you know, there was still a lot of personal stuff that we'd picked up over the years, and photographs and everything else. And you know, that's 2004, so the days of everything being stored on iCloud and pictures stored everywhere wasn't the thing. You know, it just really sucked. So it does take a toll on you, and like I say, our thoughts are with those families, because you know, in the next week or two, they're going to have to go back to a home of everything being ruined. And if you live on a waterway or near a waterway, quite often insurance won't cover that. If you're that close, they just, you know, it's one of those things. So hopefully everything turns out. Like I say, planting crops a little bit later, being delayed a couple weeks is one thing, but losing personal possessions and all the contents of your house, and you know, not many people have a stout bank account with $60,000 or $100,000 to go in and repair their house, because water damage basically has ruined the whole thing. So anyway, that's about it for now. We'll hopefully the weather's supposed to clear up by Tuesday, and we'll be getting back at some work, and we'll update you again. So take care for now, and have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.